So we've been talking about this Big Meech 50 Cent situation, right? And we mentioned how Supreme, who was 50's arch nemesis, who was the person who supposedly, allegedly paid to have 50 aired out 9 times, his son has been actively talking a lot on the internet. I made clear that I felt like the kid was acting weird. Right? He came out the other day and he was like, yo, you know, everybody's excited about Meech coming home, but what about my cousin Prince? You know, Prince came home, and you know, I made the argument that, you know, Prince was a different generation and not as well known as Meech, right? But you're making yourself look crazy out there, wondering why nobody's thinking about your primo and shit. You know, you're looking crazy. Just the same way I feel that Lil Meech is making his father look crazy by telling everybody he doing anything for money right now. Don't talk about your money situation with nobody. Your father's money situation with nobody. Not even 50. And I thought it was weird. Like, hey man, you're worried about the wrong things. You driving 9 hours to take a shirt to Southwest T. Maybe you got some viewers and some shit off of that, but I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to get out of all of this. Well, I do know what you're trying to get out of this, but I just don't understand your strategy.
Heavy on the Bel Air. Shout out me. Shout out Terry. You mad at Terry? You mad at me? You mad at this one? You mad at Stars? You mad at... Bro, yo, bro, nobody don't owe you no loyalty. Yo, y'all did business. The money was made. We moving on. We moving on from you, bro. You not the big homie. What are you talking about, man? Me, salute, man. Do your thing. Throw your parties. Get right. Get money, man. Yo, oh, now he's a rat. Now he's a rat. You knew all this shit before all this shit happened. You still want to stop it, man. Yo, listen, man.
That's it. That's everybody gonna give him his out, right? I had people in the comments say, they tell me, oh, wait for the facts, wait for the facts. Well, wait for the facts. So I can't talk about it between here and then. I'm here to break down what I hear, what I see, just like everybody else. Who's gonna give us the facts? I tell you what the fact is, that if he is in fact a third-party cooperator, people are already picking and choosing. Just because 50 knew, of course 50 knew. He's doing business. Is he using it against them personally now? Yes, I made that clear in the last video. Absolutely. He's using it personally now. But Shorty's telling him about his business. Okay. Remember, this is his arch nemesis who's in prison. This is his son.
This dude is being exposed, and a lot is going down, man. It's a lot about to unfold in the next 2.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of other people getting exposed. It ain't him. With him, we hear the same old thing. When Irv Gotti pulled out, rest in peace, Irv Gotti pulled out the piece of paper and nobody wanted to hear it. And that piece of paper has been excused away by certain things. We'll look into it.
3 months, man. I know everything, bro. I got all the inside scoops. I know everything that's going on behind the scenes.
Oh, man, he knows everything that's happening. Just tell us then, bro. You want all the views. You're going to get all the views. Just tell us what you know. What are we waiting for?
Been put me on to with the man. Listen, man. Either get down or lay down, man. Get with the winning team, baby.
Yo, what? So what? It's some try hard shit.
Either get down or lay down, man. Get with the winning team, baby.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't really feeling what he doing to Lil Meech, bro. I don't like that shit, man. That's an innocent kid, man.
This is his response to 50 leaking the Lil Meech text message, where Lil Meech is trying to understand what's going on between him and 50 and his dad, and 50 ain't trying to hear it.
Man, you seen how Lil Meech was acting when he got caught in the airport. Yo, that's not my gun. Yo, please. Like, you know he's an innocent kid, man. Like...
Sir, listen, I swear to God, I'm not like that bag. That's my little brother. I'm a minor, sir. I have security guards. They left that in my bag, sir. They left that in my bag. My little brother's, he was outside waiting for me, sir. I promise you, sir, that's not mine. You see how much jewelry I have on me? My mom's a flight attendant.
Just have a seat.
I went to private school. I'm a good kid, man. I have a premiere. I'm an actor. That's why I have a big chain. Me and 50 Cent have a TV show. Okay. Sir, this will ruin my life.
Do you have a concealed weapons permit?
No, sir, but I have
Sit
never...
tight. Don't say a word.
Violated Lil Meech, and that's crazy. But this is to be expected. Look how he treated his own son. Look how he treated his son's baby mothers. I'm telling y'all this right now. I don't wish death for nobody. I don't play about that death shit. But it's gonna be a lonely, painful one, excruciating one for him. And the only person that's gonna be at the funeral is Tony Ayo and Uncle Murder. Those are the only two that's gonna be at the funeral. He OD'ing on Lil Meech, man. Yo, Lil Meech, man, you wasn't supposed to say F Ross, and you wasn't even supposed to text him. You know he's famous for exposing text messages and phone calls like the police. You was supposed to call him or for somebody else's number or something. You bugging.
Now this is Little Preem's response to 50 putting up the picture of him smoking hookah with the tombstone on the couch, and it say, "I'm smoking on that Gotti pack." Nah, God bless him. Irv Gotti, another one of his nemesises who happened to pass away yesterday. Legend in the hip hop world, somebody without whom a big chunk of hip hop wouldn't exist. And this post did have a picture, when you slide it over, it had a picture of Irv Gotti, and it wasn't a disrespectful picture. He disrespected him enough. They disrespected each other in life. They did things to each other to hold each other down, literally, to keep food off of each other's table, to take each other out. But this is him defending Gotti now.
And if I said I was smoking on your mother and your grandfather pack, niggas would be telling me I'm wrong, right? If I said I was smoking on your mother, right, I'll be wrong, right? Fucking clown ass nigga, man. Clown, man. And y'all love this nigga, bro. If I said I was smoking on your mother and your grandfather, I'll be wrong, right?
But then I heard this, and it made me think back to what I had said when I said, this kid's acting strange. You're doing too much. This is not a good look. Same way I don't feel a lot of this shit is a good look for Meech. This is not a good look. And then I heard this. This is Big Supreme, his father, from prison. All right? Let's get it.
Due to recent events, the elevation to a place of peace and rest for my brother and friend, Irv Gotti, and the buffoonish display of my son, Kyle Robinson.
Damn, boy. Daddy came in hot from the joint.
And the buffoonish display of my son, Kyle Robinson, I am forced to make a public statement in defense of Irv and his family. I do not indulge in idle chit-chat. When I speak, I have something to say. Kyle Robinson does not speak for Irv or Irv's family, nor does he speak for me or my nephew, Gerald Prince Miller.
Boom.
I was disgusted when
He's letting it be known. All of that shit that you talking, son, all of that shit that you out there talking about, oh, why everybody excited that Meech is home? Nobody cares about my cousin being home and all that bullshit. Your father's not entertained. And he ain't trying to hear that shit. And you making him look buffoonish. Right? Well, no, he's separating himself from it. So now you just making you look buffoonish. Now it's just you dressing his son down in front of the world. Shorty let it get this far. All the advice that Shorty got to give to Little Meech, all the advice he got to give to 50, all the advice that he got to all the shit he's talking on camera. Bang, 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 bang. Right? All that shit, right? All that shit you doing. Your father, you couldn't even figure out how to maneuver your father. You couldn't keep it from your father having to make a public announcement of his displeasure with your behavior. So why don't you give yourself some advice to shut the fuck up? Give yourself some advice and you know, mind your business. See, me, I'm a spectator. We're spectators. We out here on the outside looking in. You want to take advantage of the fact that you're close to the story because you ain't got shit to do with the story. All right? When the shit was going down, you was in your father's sack. But you inserted yourself in all this and you looking foolish. Hit the like button if you have yet to do so. So he's letting them know the shit about people being more excited about Meech than Prince, the shit about defending Gotti to 50, you know, whatever you're talking about out there, he's not trying to hear it.
Nor does he speak for me or my nephew, Gerald Prince Miller. I was disgusted when I heard about the things he said as far as representing Irv's family. I regret having to take these steps, exposing his lies and fraud. But as a man, you call out those who make inappropriate or false statements. No one gets a pass. I would not be who I am if I favored him simply because he's my son. He is my son, and I love him. But I will never condone or associate with his conduct and behavior on the internet. I let him know men don't argue and beef behind a mic on the internet. Real men move in silence. He had a choice, me or the net. He made his choice. And until he forsakes the clown show, which is the internet, I will never speak or associate with him, especially when he makes veiled threats talking about we. Who is we?
Who the fuck is we, bro? Who is we? What have you done? Who the fuck are you? Forget about we. Who the fuck are you?
Prince and myself do not promote threats of violence. We different. We are masters of self-defense. If you ain't talking about positivity or growth and goals, keep your mouth shut. That goes for everybody. Rest in peace, little bro. And mourn in peace the entire Lorenzo family. If a person refuses to learn, leave that person alone. I gotta go.
Dressed him down. Straight G checked him in front of everybody. Let's see what his response is. You know what I mean? I haven't peeped it yet. People, especially these youngsters, think they can say whatever they want on the internet and it won't have any repercussions. There's freedom of speech. Freedom of speech never made for no consequences. Freedom of speech didn't make it so where you get mutually exclusive with the freedom of speech, you get, you know, to get away from consequences. Nah, be free. Say what you want to say. Just understand consequences are not in that document. And the kid said, I know everything happened behind the scenes. It's exposed. If 50's getting exposed, I'm going to show you what I see getting exposed. Right there, I saw Supreme Jr. get exposed. Or no, and you notice something. Notice something. PREME did not call him Little PREME and none of that shit. He called him Kyle Robeson. Off my name with that shit. He Kyle Robeson. PREME's son, first one to be exposed. We're going to do on For Beginners, we're going to do a deep dive into Jimmy Henchman one day. Because Jimmy Henchman's behind a lot of the filthy shit that we've seen in hip-hop since the 90s. He ended up going to prison for life. I think he was fighting a sentence. Henchman went down and Henchman started cooperating. 50 has never had a good word to say about Supreme. Never had a good word to say about him until he did this interview. And everybody had gotten wind of all of the filth and all of the shit that Jimmy Henchman was doing. The cooperating, all of that shit. So this is just a testament to PREME's character in that sense.
I'm from Southside Jamaica, Queens. I don't like Supreme. I don't like PREME in him. But he lived the way he actually projected himself. His lifestyle is consistent.
He was true to it.
He never ratted on nobody.
Then he goes on, it's not in this video, then he goes on to say Jimmy done solved every crime for the last 25 years. But he gave PREME his props for being consistent, his lifestyle being consistent. These youngsters playing their games think they could be running their mouths, not so much. You're not the one that did the time, shorty. You're not the one that did the dirt. You didn't do the crime. All you did was be manifested from this life of mine. So get a hold of yourself. He's out there pushing this I'm the son of PREME, but I don't see no music behind it, no none of that shit. It's just him talking all the fucking time. He tried to stay in the news cycle with 50. 50 know how to stay in the news cycle. That's an art. We heard Rick Ross respond, right? And he was just basically talking shit, telling them how he ain't got no business, saying nothing about nobody. He ain't got no loyalty and this, that, the other. We heard all of that, right? Then he said something else. And I heard it and I said, no, you're not.
You talking to a major player such as myself, the moves I make, I most definitely have an agenda. I don't do anything to piss off a little peon. You know what I mean? It's bigger. It's bigger. The world is much bigger. You understand? So look, one time for the real hustlers. February 13th, that Big Meech concert going down in a major way, and all the hustlers gonna be in the building. You heard me? Yeah. So look, I do want to do a BMF film because you've been entertained by a lackluster.
I do want to do a BMF film. And I instantly said, no, you don't. You probably can't. Why haven't you? Why now? Good luck with that. I thought all of those things at the same time, right? I said, you just talking. Again, it felt more like the performance. Exactly, Shy. It's always the show. It felt more like the performance, part of the performance. You just talking. It's like a politician placating us with, you know, with their bullshit. But now he's calling for directors. That ain't how it's done, bro. You know?
I do want to do a BMF film because you've been entertained by a lackluster, small budget series. Now it's time to do a big budget film. Which director? Shout out to my homie F. Gary Gray, Antoine Foucault, what's up? Tarantino, it's a lot of legends.
Tarantino got one movie left that he wants to do before he retires. Maybe he'll do the Big Meech story. Get the fuck out of here. No mama's way.
No mommy's way.
This is gonna be big, I can feel it.
It's gonna be big. It's not gonna come to fruition. You're talking shit. This is all I could think, because I've heard him say shit like this before. I've heard other people say shit like this before. It's a tactic. Just like doing all this Big Meech shit. It's a tactic. Do you know how much it costs to make movies? And you can do it, but do you want to do it? Or you want to talk about doing it? Because again, don't forget, didn't Rick Ross, when Kendrick started going at it with Drake, Rick Ross se metió right in the middle? It's like, what are you doing here? What are you talking about?
I'm just talking.
I know you just talking. I shit. If anybody know you just talking, it's me. I know you just
It's a lot of legends. This is gonna be big, I can feel it. I'm just talking.
He like that for sure money. He like that, you know, Buffalo Wild Wings Wingstop money. That's where he makes his money. Rick Ross wants to produce big budget BMF movie after 50 says that's the thing. You could just say some shit on TikTok on the boat while you drinking and shit. Everybody pick it up and make it a headline, including us. Well, not us. This is a footnote in our story, right? I want to do a real BMF movie. Theaters only. Ross shared on his Instagram stories alongside a screenshot of Big Meech himself promoting Meech's Welcome Back concert in Miami on February 13th. The show will celebrate his return home from prison in October 2024. Rick Ross, BMF film impossible because 50 Cent owns TV and film rights. 50 said it's cool though. Just say whatever you want. And that's my point. You can say whatever. I could come up here and say whatever. I could say some shit. I could say some bullshit. I could come up here and lie and get to 100K on this channel in a matter of weeks. But then what happens when, now I'm telling the truth? Those people were here for the lie. They gone. Right? So dude's just talking. He said it himself. So 50 said it's cool. Just say whatever you want. When you dissing somebody in a diss record, it hurts more if it's truth. You could talk bullshit. All that bullshit Ross was talking, all that broke shit and let's get the movie and all that shit, it was killed with this headline from TMZ and that post right there. It's cool though. Just say whatever you want. Meech gave up his rights to a chick who kept the money, and I think 50 told him the deal's already done. No extra money. And not only that, like, does she still have that power over that empire? Because if that's the case, Meech, you played yourself. Now, there's a supposed Instagram that's Meech's, and he's been doing some strange shit too, man. Going along with what Supreme had to say about his son and his son's comments and his prints and all of that, 50 posted this. What's up, L? Tell 50, Prince just FaceTimed me. He said Preem's son don't speak for him or Preem. His son haven't even spoke to Preem in 7 years. He's doing a lot of bullshit on the internet. And there you have it. 50 said, I could tell they wasn't a part of that bullshit. The boy was trying to sell t-shirts. You got to be a T-level BMF kind of stupid to fall for that shit. Damn.
Yo, Supreme, why the fuck you keep getting involved in shit, nigga? Niggas don't fucking know you.
That's it right there. That's all it needed to be, bro. You could have cut the rest of that shit off. That's it. 50 Cent says, see, my young boys don't like all that noise for no reason. Shaking my head and they spinning shit for real. Let's all just play nice. If I look at his pictures, I see a bunch of him doing interviews, doing drink champs, pictures with LL Cool J, right? Supreme Team shirts on. Pictures with Southwest T, with his Living Legend shirts with Meech and his father on it, right? Everything with his father's name. He got a Supreme shirt. Selling his dad's legacy out here to these podcasts and internet and shit, right? And I saw that, and I thought to myself, shorty, you didn't stop to do anything for yourself. You didn't stop to be an MC. You didn't stop to be a producer. You didn't stop to do anything for yourself. You basically just stood on your father's coattails and then got everywhere with that, with nothing else to offer but some t-shirts, which is unfortunate because you're wasting your fucking time. But now your name's out there, so you might as well do something, but this ain't a good look. Now we got the response.
I seen the message that my dad sent to me yesterday, and you know, it hit me a certain type of way, like emotionally. I didn't really know if I was going to say anything back. I didn't know how to approach it. I spoke to so many different people. I got so much different feedback, but ultimately I had to sit with myself and really understand and grasp the frustration of a hard-headed son. Over the last 6 to 7 years, he's been begging me and pleading with me, yo, chill out, stop, yo, get off the internet, yo, help me do this, do that. And you know, I went against that, and subconsciously I was doing it because I wanted to reach him in another way. Like I just felt like I wanted attention, and the attention that I wanted, I got the attention, but at what cost? Like, I want to mend the relationship with my dad, and I'm not mad at what he said. Everything he said was accurate. Me engaging in stuff that doesn't concern me, or me trying to, you know, I was a son trying to stick up for his dad and his dad's friends, but I didn't need to do that because sometimes not saying anything is saying everything, and you know, silence is golden, and you know, all those sayings like that. So I needed that message yesterday to kind of close that chapter and move on to the next phase of my life, and you know, take accountability and you know, move on and understand and enjoy the rest of the time that we have here on earth, because we don't know how long we're gonna be on earth. And the biggest thing is accountability for my actions, and he wasn't wrong for nothing he said. Like he was dead on, and I respect everything he was saying, and I understand, and I hope that is the first steps for us repairing our relationship. I want to apologize to Irv's family. Like, I was way out of line for speaking for y'all. I should have never even said anything. I apologize for that. I want to apologize to my mother, because I know with all the stuff going on in the news and the media and on the blogs, I know she's getting that at work, and you know, et cetera, and the list is I'm going to apologize to my family. I want to apologize to Prince, my cousin, because when he came home, he was telling me, yo, chill out, we gonna be good. So I want to apologize to Prince, my uncles, and Pops. I heard your message, man, and thanks for giving me a public ass whooping. Sometimes you need to get your ass beat in public to understand what you're doing. So
he needed to do that shit years ago, because you've been doing this shit for too long, Papas. You've been running around wilding the fuck out. I've been seeing it. Like, what the fuck is this kid doing? Who are you? Do something for yourself. Figure it out. He did good. He could have bucked. He could have said, "F my father."
It's going to be a new me, man.
I wanted to touch on that. That happened. This is Cuffy talking.
The agent testified that Demetrius Flenory was aware of the deal, and that Demetrius had one request, and that his name does not appear in any documents. This was Special Agent Keith Cromer's testimony.
Remember, Detective Keith Cromer, Investigator Keith Cromer, was the handler of Tammy Cowins that she supposedly slept with.
Testified, Tammy Cowins.
And he testified that one of the things that Meech didn't want was his name coming up in any paperwork.
That Demetrius Flenory was aware. She signed him to be a government informant to give Demetrius Flenory a time cut. She had the courtroom clear it out. If you go on Pacer, pull my docket sheet, you'll see where CS1 requested that the courtroom be closed.
Let me ask you a question, Cuffy. At any time during the initial stages of your indictment involving this whole Tammy Cowins thing, did you talk to Big Meech, or did you send a message to Big Meech in any way to tell him or to alert him of what was going on?
We sent Big Meech certified mail. Big Meech set me up, and Tammy set me up with this thing in 2013. That's the last time I've heard from this nigga. We sent them correspondence through the attorneys. Asking him, is he aware that his name is in court sworn documents and sending me a truckload of cocaine? He never responded. We know he got the mail because we sent everything certified. I have not heard from this nigga of 32 years since they set me up in 2013.
So that's Cuffy. That's the guy that supposedly Meech put behind bars to get a time cut that he didn't get. This is Young Buck talking about the Big Meech situation with 50.
Shout out to Big Meech. Welcome home. Quit playing with dude. Quit playing with dude. You know, I'm going to say that much. Over and out. I catch y'all when I catch y'all. It's Buck, bitch. Y'all know what it is.
Okay. 50 Cent said, this fool fell out with me because he liked boys. I didn't tell him to go love on a transmission. He couldn't resist. Like that bussy. Talking about Young Buck. If you know, you know. I'm sure Big Meech is not going to say shit about this. Oh, HG. Stick around. This is a recent interview with Cuffy with the intent of 50 hearing it.
Man, check this out, man. At the end of the day, man, he used a civilian. Tammy ain't got no motherfucking G code that she got to follow.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
So I don't have a problem with Tammy whatsoever, man.
Right.
As long as it come out who sent her. I know that Tammy was sent. You
Right.
understand? You feel me? By Big Meech.
Right.
I know she was put on the mission, homie.
Right. Yeah, no, listen, I talked to Five. He definitely putting something in the works, and I'm going to let him know you said your daughter and your wife is who you want to be your point of contact on the streets.
Yeah, man, I'm going to put them with my wife, homie. 34 years, man. I got a family, homie.
Got you.
I got 6 motherfucking children, beautiful children, man. You feel me?
Got you. I got you. No, listen,
Yeah,
when I
man,
tell you...
Let Fitty know, man, ain't nothing but love and respect, man.
Look, I'm going to tell him that I talked to you about what you don't mind if he put anything out on his page of what me and you talked about earlier and what we talking about right now.
Hey, homie, tell that nigga, hurry up, homie. I fuck with Bill, man. I know he's a real nigga, homie.
For real.
Tell Fitty, hurry up, homie.
All right, let's do it.
Shout out Game of Pac. Bet they knock 50 off. You Americans are crazy. Ain't nothing gonna happen to 50. He a crazy American. And then, HG, I hope you're still here. Then we have Mr. Big Meech.
I wasn't going to address this because I'm not trying to let nobody trick me off the streets. But I never folded, never told, never will. Death before the time, always with me. So I'm doing this for my loved ones and the support of my friends and family to come out to the Amidst Arena, February 13th.
It was a video of Lil Meech, and he was in the mall. He kept plugging this February 13th date for this concert, this Rick Ross, everybody else, Welcome Home concert. And remember, he told 50, fuck Ross. My old man trying to get some money before the next season. Now, all of a sudden, since he got outed for that shit, he is promoting the shit out of that night. But so is dude right here. Are ticket sales looking funny? If he's going to explain himself, wouldn't it be something, if he's telling the truth and he's innocent, wouldn't it be worth it to go get a bag from somebody that got a big podcast or a big, and sit down and get interviewed to address something like this? Am I wrong? He didn't want to do it. They sent him in there, right? While you're trying to defend your solidness and then promo come right after that, then you do promo. I get it. You got a concert coming, right? But isn't this something serious enough for you to sit down and say, have a conversation with somebody with? Why not? Why do it like this? Looking under pressure, like he got snatched up. They got him under pressure and shit. Are ticket sales bad? Has this been hurting his name? What's going on? I think that's something that he should have talked to somebody about. Get it off his chest.
They tricked me off the street.
You tricked Cuff off the street, nigga.
Oh.
I never folded, never told.
You
never
told
will.
Tammy to tell, bitch.
Death before the time, always with me. So I'm doing this for my loved ones and the support of my friends and family.
Y'all gonna be disappointed when Lil Baby don't show up? When Skilla don't show up? When Vizzo don't show up? When all these motherfuckers don't show up?
I wasn't gonna address this.
Man, this nigga reading drops, man. Look at you reading this shit.
But come out to the Amidst Arena,
He can't even go. You want house arrest? He can't even go.
If the artist on the bill don't show up, are you gonna want a refund? Big Screech is not even gonna be there. He can't go out after 6 p.m. But don't take my word for it. Go ahead, knock yourself out. 50 killing the ticket sales, boy. He playing with the money. I don't know. That just seemed like a generic way to say I didn't do it. Upper Echelon made a point. Maybe he's saving it for a documentary. All right, but the shit's intensifying. We'll keep following it. We'll see what that party looked like on the 13th. The party's bullshit, then we know what's what. So it seems Ross got exposed. Little Supreme got exposed. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody got exposed, but they're all talking about exposing 50. When 50 done exposed himself a million times already. He gave you every reason to not like him. He still do his shit. Come on, man. He smoked the Gotti pack last night.
The Flores brothers and 50 Cent have projects together. These are the guys who snitched on El Chapo, period. They are under witness protection for the rest of their lives. Who would want to take a chance like that for profit? They snitches, right?
Now, what's the difference? Can anybody find the difference? What's the difference? There's no hiding for the twins. Everybody knows what they did. 50 went on a whole tour before the podcast to talk about it. And it was business. He told on El Chapo, and someone says, let's go work with these guys. Right, let's exploit them for profit about how they snitched on the most powerful cartel boss in the world. If 50 could go get Chapo's story, he's going to go get Chapo's story. If he could get Mayo's story, he's going to get Mayo's story. Anybody who talked, done any of that shit, he going to get it if he want it. Let's exploit it for profit how they snitched on the most powerful cartel boss in the world. It's great TV. Fuck it, right? Yeah, that you never lied about it. And neither did 50. And only a few people had a problem with it. Me being one of them. But he said, oh, fuck it, right, for TV? Well, I mean, shit, they've been doing it for TV forever, man.
I think Meech is innocent of being a snitch or informant or third-party cooperation. He didn't know that was happening. Tammy's a Shakespearean character. She was playing eight different sides. And
see, I need to really get into that story. I need to know. I don't know if he did or if he didn't. All I know is I ain't heard him talk about it. But he put a rat with some cheese over 50's face and put internet gangster.
You want the truth? Here it is. Tammy Cowins has been a high-paid working DA informant long before she played Meech and Cuffy and many others. She was planted on Meech unbeknownst to him or anyone else until things started coming out a few years ago, blowing her cover. Ask about Terry White, a legendary Atlanta kingpin from the 90s. She worked his case, he got locked up. She been working and married one of Meech's cellmates from jail. They got married, broke up, and now she with another former legendary ATL kingpin from the early 90s. The streets know Tammy is a great actress and plays men very well by any means necessary. 50.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if he did it or didn't do it. The fact that she's diabolical is solid.
And Stars had no problem up until now with exploiting the brand for profit, working alongside Tammy. Stars Network, Lionsgate, and G-Unit Films made millions of the global distribution of BMF brand series. 50 Cent been hollering BMF for over 7 years. If you was looking out, how you supposed to Meech wouldn't have to go do business to pay bills. Besides that, he is a leader.
See, that's that looking out how you was supposed to shit. Man, you signed a motherfucking contract, dude. Fuck out of here, man. You was a hustler, weren't you? Miss me with that. Taking care of me how you supposed to be taking care of me. Fuck out of here. You should have done the deal right. Miss me with the, you should have took better care of me. Nah. For what?
And no one can control his social or business life. That ain't happening. Actions speak, but in reality you don't know these people. Bosses don't wait on nobody. BMF was a brand before you ever came along with your Hollywood friends to exploit the BMF brand for street credibility. A TV show, or not you nor anyone.
That's fucked up. You know, you want to do things. You want to be 50 and you want to be a TV producer. And you say, man, it's time to tell our stories. Let's tell about BMF. You know, BMF was a big deal in the 90s. I mean, in the early 2000s, right? Let's do that. And then you do it and they say you did it to get street cred. Like, man, fuck you, man. You can't do shit for the hood, man. You end up like Nipsey. It's fucked up. Bro, you're a grown man and ask for someone to take care of you. You the real hustler. That's what, miss me with that. 50 don't owe you shit. HG, in the conversation that 50 leaked with Lil Meech out there telling his daddy's business about how he needed to get money with Ross so he could pay his bills until the next season of BMF so that the kid I don't know if the kid is paying for him or if he's getting money off the next season. I don't know what. But if you're sitting around waiting on some money that ain't yours yet, miss me with the complaints. I'm not trying to hear that he didn't take care of me shit. You know, you store enough food for the winter. And if not, you work through that motherfucker. You got to do business, Papa. You home. You gonna sit on your ass and have people send you shoes and chains and shit? You home, bro. Make some deals happen. Now, concerts with 50's enemies, that I don't know about. Well, the kid shouldn't have been spending like a wild man for hoes. Just saying. No, he blew it. That's what I'm saying. Or maybe he didn't. I don't know. I don't know their politics. He's the one telling everybody his daddy's broke. I didn't say it. Definitely a daddy's boy. I don't know. But he was promoting that February 13th real heavy in the... Man, Meech a real coward. Salutes. Let me know when you want to talk about it. P. Canceled. BMF. Big Meech. Welcome back Legacy concert. Now remember, 50 said the coverage we did before, he said, hey man, what you gonna do when nobody shows up? He said he can't even show up. He on house arrest. He can't go nowhere. All right, Big Meech, welcome back Legacy concert in Miami, canceled due to unforeseen circumstances. 50 said, I had nothing to do with this. Please, stop calling my phone. I sincerely hope you have a nice day today. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm stronger than you think. Nobody ever caught me in unforeseen circumstance before. So it turned into this. And then Rick Ross had to answer for, it's canceled, right? Everybody's been talking about this. It's not till Fifth shine the light on it that all of a sudden everybody's talking about it. Hit the like button, y'all.
Biggest boss Ricky Rose just got word. Meech concert not happening tonight, but 3:05 is going down at the office. Meet us there. Bam.
It was like mad, like, yo, this person's gonna be here, this person's gonna be here, I'm back, all of that shit, right? But when it's a cancellation, after all that shit he was talking, when there's a cancellation, it's shit's canceled, gotta go buy a holler, we'll be over there. Trying to get off the phone, right? Trying to get off the phone quick. All right, we're going to the office. Bet.
Biggest boss Ricky Rose just got word. Meech concert not happening tonight, but 3:05 is going down at the office. Meet us there. Bam.
Bam.
Biggest boss
right?
Ricky
we
Rose.
Don't know what happened. No explanation. We get nothing, right? Okay, cool. Then that after party was canceled. Not just the show, not just the welcome back concert, but the after party at the office that they were still going to go to, shut that shit down too. On that same post where 50 said he had nothing to do with this cancellation. And it said, yo, Rocket, this cuff, this is my text number. Tell 50 he's a bad man. That nigga got the rats jumping ship left and right. Now tell 50 J-Bo's trying to call in now. So now J-Bo want to be in the documentary. Everybody want to be in the documentary and shit now. And then 50 posted Zip.
I've seen a lot of posts about the Big Meech concert getting canceled. What I'm not seeing is anybody blaming Rick Ross for this shit. Nobody is saying, yo, Rick Ross, it's your fault. So I'm going to do it. Yo, Rick Ross, this shit is your fault. You the reason why Big Meech is going through this shit out here right now, you heard? Because when we was on the internet talking about the Cuffy case and all that, nobody even really gave a fuck. But now 50 talking about that shit, and everybody listening. Everybody listening, you heard? So, I just want to say, or I want to ask you, did you think that shit was a good idea in hindsight? Do you think it was a good idea to be in the video with me talking about sexy red?
Sexy red.
Yeah, you think that was a good idea? Also, how you let that nigga get the show canceled in Florida, B? That's kind of diabolical, you heard? 50, that's some bullshit. How you let the nigga get the show canceled in Florida? Let's get to that.
All right, 50 said, if you brought an outfit and was ready to turn up, I apologize for whoever's responsible. Let's get to that. These dudes said, 50 really got Big Meech concert canceled. Got us out here feeling stupid. 50 really got these streets. I'm about to order hella Branson cognac for my club for the rest of my life. 50 Cent said, I apologize for your trip to Miami, but Higgins been playing with me. So, let's build when y'all get back to the city. All right, so boom, concert ruined for them. This is Cuffy. Now, everybody has an argument. We haven't gone through the paperwork party yet. because there's a couple of different sets of paperwork. I have a set, but there's another set that I'm looking for. Hit the like button, y'all, because I want to go through it thoroughly. Everybody's out is saying, oh, well, Tammy did it without him knowing. She did this for him without him knowing, which to me seems impossible. That's number one. But number two, this is Cuffy on the video saying that she wasn't the first person that was sent to him by Meech to set him up.
This call is from a federal prison.
Before he sent Tammy at me, homie, that was his last ditch move. He put me with a Mexican. So I pull up to meet the essay, homie. I'm in a brand new blue Bentley coupe.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say this, homie, because I met the essay in downtown Atlanta at the Varsity Hot Dog stand.
Okay.
And the Mexican rubbed me the wrong way. I didn't think he was the police. I knew nothing about Meech being nothing but a solid man.
Right.
But the Mexican got to talking about, yo, man, is the car paid for, and you can trade the car for drugs, and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, right?
Yeah.
So I never do anything with him. I throw away the phone, and when Buddy called me back, yo, how did that go? I say, man, that nigga weird, man. I ain't fucking with him. He weird. He on some thirsty shit.
Yeah.
I know nothing about police. I never know that this was the police.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
Fast forward to 2018, homie. We get the Franks hearing. Again, the government got to turn over everything pertaining to me in this case. I didn't get in any trouble from that meeting with the essay when I was pulled up in the new Bentley coupe, right?
Yeah.
But it's all in there that a confidential source is the one who put me with the essay.
Damn.
And that Cuff was spooked some kind of way and never dealt with him, and Cuff cut off the telephone he was using, blah, blah. That was the end of it.
Right.
But who you think introduced me to that first Mexican?
That's crazy.
There you go, homie.
That's crazy.
And in the DEA 6 reports, it says on blah, blah, blah date, Cuff was introduced to another confidential source by a confidential source. Meech is the one put me with the essay.
So what's next for Meech? I don't know. You tell me. What do you think is next for Meech? I wanted to see how the concert went, what happened, and what controversies came out of that. But evidently, that shit ain't happening.